see the blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So y'all, as you would have seen from today's title, today I want to share with you 3 things that I wish I knew before I got a credit card. So maybe you might hear me share what it is, I wish I knew, and you'll probably think like, Karina, how could you not know these things? Like, what's wrong with you? But you have to remember that everyone grew up differently, and we were all exposed to different information and knowledge. In school they don't really teach you much or anything at all on financial literacy, and depending on the household and the environment that you were in, you may or may not have been exposed to financial literacy, and you only were probably able to learn due to mistakes and your experiences, or maybe from the internet, social media, or hearing from other people's lessons and mistakes. So yeah, I feel like we need to have more of these kinds of conversations and information out there, because listen, we need to be creating generational legacy and generational wealth. And when I say that, I don't mean that, oh, you have to be like the richest person in the world and you have to have like billions and millions of dollars in your account. No, I simply mean being comfortable in life, not being in debt, being able to provide financially for your future family, or if you have a family, and yeah, just not just being in a good place financially. And that is what I am striving for, and I hope that you as well is also striving towards that. So if by me sharing this help you or anyone else in any formal way to help create a legacy. Wow, my voice just goes. Sorry about that. To help create a legacy, a good legacy for your future generation, and help create wealth, then why not share? Okay, so without any further rambling, let's get right into it. So number 1. So the first thing that I wish I knew is, I wish I knew that you had a credit card balance to pay every month. Honestly, y'all, I really didn't know that you would have a balance to pay every month. And when I say that, I mean, like, yes, of course, if you use your credit card and you spend the money, of course you'll have to pay. But I didn't know that there was like actually whether or not you spend it or not, you still had like a certain amount of money to pay every month. And when you go to the bank to get a credit card or whatever, they don't tell you those things. Like, they don't tell you all of the things that's attached to having a credit card. And for me, like, that balance was like a bit of a surprise. Like, it meant that, oh, like, okay, this was now like an additional expense to my monthly expenses. So it's like you now have to budget money for your credit card, whether you spent money on it that particular month or whether you didn't use it at all. You still have to pay that balance. Alright, so the second thing that I wish I knew, and this one sort of goes hand in hand with number 1, is that I didn't know that there were fees attached to your credit card. And let me just say, some unnecessary fees in some occasions. So one that was like a bit of a surprise was fees, late payment fees, if it is you don't actually pay your credit card balance or the payment, your monthly payment on time. Like ridiculous kinds of fees, these people be charging you, and that's why it's so important to pay whether it is you use it or not, because you still end up having to spend money, and that just keeps adding up if you don't pay it. So that's like another additional expense to your budget. So aside from that, something that I noticed, when I got my credit card and really started paying attention to it, is that there were not only like late fees attached to your credit card if you didn't pay on time, but there were all sorts of like insurance and all kind of unnecessary fees that I don't even know what it's for, like why, but yeah. So they would like take that money or take that credit out of your credit card, and then it's like you have more money to pay back at the end of the month, even though you may not have spent the money. So it was like why? It's just like, for me, a lot of fees that I didn't understand. And of course, when you go to the bank, they don't tell you like, okay, so every month you're gonna be charged for this, and this. Like, no, they will actually encourage you to get the credit card. And yeah, like I did not know that there were like late payment fees or all of the other unnecessary insurance and other fees that may be attached to the card. The third thing that I wish that I knew is your credit card and your credit, it affects your credit, right? And I have a huge problem with this because I feel like in Trinidad, like there isn't a lot of education when it comes to like credit and how that can affect you in the future if you have a bad credit, if it is you may want to take out a loan or whatever the case may be. Like you hear a lot about it like in America, and just people talking about it there away, but I feel like locally there isn't any kind of education on it. And again, when you go to the bank for a credit card, they do not tell you these things. So yeah, like your credit card affects your credit, and that means paying your monthly fees, whether it is you pay it on time or if you pay it late, like all of those things actually affect your credit, and it affects the ability of you being able to have future credit cards or take out loans in the future. So guys, these are the 3 things that I wish I knew more of when it is I got a credit card, and I just want to encourage you all to educate yourself before you get a credit card, or just generally get some financial literacy and do research. Depending on the bank, I know that all of these things would vary. Some banks may have lower fees, different things like that. So make sure and do your research before, and make sure that you are making a wise decision. So thank you for watching today's video. I hope that this helped you in some way. Maybe if you are considering getting a credit card, or maybe if you have a credit card and you haven't been taking it seriously, you haven't been paying on time and all of these things, start paying more attention to it, because you are just putting yourself in more debt, and that is not what we are striving for here. So thank you again for watching today's video, and make sure and subscribe if you have not done so already, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.